Welcome to Multicore World, Estela. It's a real pleasure, a real honor to finally have you here. And I would like to, apart of thanking you, asking you why. What brought you here and how are you feeling so far at the conference?
Well, beyond you invited me many years in a row and never being able to come here. So there was one thing that made big difference for me is I find very amazing the videos that you posted from the previous events on the YouTube channel. And it was very interesting sources of information. So different presentations which are different to what you normally see in other events. So much more looking from a wider perspective, much more a different view of not the daily project you are working on, but at least looking back and say, okay, where are we standing? How we should move forward? And this, together with the amazing panel of people you have here in this event, is what basically convinced me finally to make a long trip here back to
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. But that's precisely an interesting point about the diversity of the topics. I mean, you just made a fantastic keynote, and I encourage everyone to look at it. But you presented Jülich's system, which, from my external point of view, still looks like a monolithic big piece of iron in somewhere. And what you're thinking about distributed heterogeneous computing towards different places, including to the edge. I'm now pushing a completely absurd comment, but is any chance to bring exascale to the edge? And I'm not talking about making mega computing small sensors, but having a much more distributed use of resources, and where topology and interconnects needs to play a different role. Is that something that you have been considering in your work?
Well, not personally in the work we are doing right now, but there is a lot of discussion about how would be this edge computing be integrated with HPC. So in the pure HPC perspective, within Europe we are also looking into better federation of resources. So you have a distributed HPC infrastructure. The users need to get access to different places. How do we at least make this as homogeneous as possible? So there
A
is
federation like in CERN, for example?
Yes, but the federation of the entry point to the resources. So you have a single point for applying for compute time, you have a single user space for the different sites. We are not yet there, but there is a work going into this direction. Now, how do you integrate also the edge devices and all the sources of information? We are starting by more the scientific experiments perspective, so connecting data coming from accelerators like CERN or from electron lasers or different instruments we have in our center, in our research center, which is quite diverse as well. So trying to make it closer to the HPC resources that require to analyze this data and also to store it at long term. If you think about really the edge, the Internet of Things and so on, I'm not sure how far we will go in this direction. We will see how things evolve. As a place for data collection, yes. For example, we have also lots of sensors for climate and weather forecasts, lots of sources of input that need to be put into the models. This, yes. How much we then give back then to the devices, that's another question. That's another thing.
Yep, yep. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you for inviting me here.